Joe Biden has long prided himself on the deep relationships he's developed at home and abroad over 5 decades in public life, arguing it has enabled him to get things done, even with potential opponents and adversaries. And when it comes to Xi Jinping, Biden has often, over and over, boasted that he knows him as well as any world leader.
I probably spent more time with Xi Jinping.
More time with Xi Jinping.
More time with him than any world leader has. I've spoken with him more than any other head of state.
Little was known about Xi in 2011 when then Vice President Biden flew to China for their first extensive one-on-one meetings.
We knew that he was slated to be the next leader of China, but we didn't know very much about him.
Kurt Campbell, one of Biden's top China advisors now, traveled with Biden then.
I think President Xi was quite an opaque individual. He was very careful in his discussions with the president, but still, in his questions and his comments, we got to know a little bit about him.
I also traveled with Biden over the 5-day visit, first for high-level meetings in Beijing.
We would like to work with your country.
And then more informal sessions outside the capital. Biden shot hoops alongside Xi at a school in a rural Sichuan province, and the two men toured an ancient irrigation system. But everyone on that trip knew that for all the touring and photo ops, it was the conversations at the private dinner afterwards that really set the table for the decade to come. Biden offered some initial thoughts the next day, expressing optimism about the future of the U.S.-China relationship.
A rising China will fuel economic growth and prosperity, and it will bring to the fore a new partner with whom we can meet global challenges together.
Speaking with reporters on Air Force 2 later, Biden offered early impressions of Xi, saying he is strong and he is pragmatic and genuinely wants a relationship. Biden would meet Xi again the next year when he visited Washington for a first meeting with President Obama. Biden and Xi also traveled together to California, focused on the economy. Those meetings, and others to come, were part of a careful choreography to manage the transition of power in Beijing. In conversations since Biden returned to the White House, both he and Xi often recall those initial interactions.
It's almost like competitive memory. Who can remember what we had for lunch, or I remember what we discussed? Something that the other said could be used in some way to gain advantage.
From competitive memories to competitive geopolitics, the U.S.-China relationship since those early meetings has become increasingly strained. In the 2020 campaign, Biden took heat for seeming to downplay the threat posed by China.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man.
Well, he is very naive about China. China just, during the Obama years in particular, just took advantage of our country so badly. A very, very big competition, China. And I've stopped it.
Biden's view, aides say, is that the U.S. is engaged in competition with China and Xi to shape the world in the 21st century. It's that tension with China that's been a key Biden argument in selling his administration's agenda on issues like infrastructure and advanced manufacturing.
It's going to transform America, to put us on a path to win the economic competition of the 21st century that we face with the rest of the world, particularly China. I've told Xi Jinping it's never been a good bet to bet against the American people.
Wednesday's meeting will be just the second face-to-face encounter between Biden and Xi since Biden took office. It's the first direct discussion since tensions with China ramped up after Biden ordered a spy balloon downed over the U.S. And it comes as Xi has maintained close ties with Russian President Vladimir Putin, raising concern about whether Xi may move on Taiwan like Putin moved on Ukraine. Campbell says this is where the long relationship pays off.
Look, the president puts a lot of stake in being able to sit down and work through issues, even with leaders that he has disagreements with. I think that we'll be able to call on that previous experience as we sit down together in San Francisco.
Mike Memoli is joining us now, author of the upcoming book about Joe Biden. I think I can say that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hope so. I'm sorry. I think it's been announced, right?
It's been announced.
Okay, fine.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
My point is that you know this. You know this president, right? You understand his relationship with Xi Jinping, as we just laid out here. They're not going to be shooting hoops tomorrow in California. No. Like that's not a thing that's going to happen. Right? Exactly. Not part of those details we talked about. But it's one thing to have a relationship. It's another to turn that relationship into policy. How is President Biden going to do that?
Well, that's what this is all about, right? How does this relationship advantage the American people? And what's interesting in talking to Kurt Campbell and other advisors, there are less sort of deliverables, to use the term of art, that the White House is really looking for at this point.
Explain what a deliverable is to humans who don't cover the
They want economic benefits for the American people. They want a reduction of tariffs maybe that China has on the import of U.S. goods.
It's like a checklist of things they want to get out of any given meeting. And in this instance, there's economic benefits they hope to.
And what the U.S. really wants is predictability. We're heading into a presidential election year, and Kurt Campbell said this, stay out of our knitting was the term he used, not just in the U.S. election, but the Taiwanese election, because she is an autocrat. That's, I think, one of the most fascinating things looking back to Biden's early initial impressions of Xi. I don't think he predicted that he was going to consolidate power in the way he has in China. Because remember, the reason for the meeting in 2011 was because China had term limits for its presidents, and they knew Xi was about to become president.
She got rid of
the term limits, right? And so he's meeting him now in that context, and seeing how he's moved in this authoritarian way is part of what's sort of looming over this meeting.
Did you think 12 years ago, covering this Biden-Xi discussion then, that you would be sitting here having this conversation now? Not from your personal perspective, but in the point of Joe Biden now being the president.
One of the other questions I asked him on Air Force Two was, remember what the context was. This is late 2011. Obama was thinking of dumping Biden from the ticket. He said, I haven't figured out how to get myself off the ticket. He made light of it at the time. So I didn't think I'd be covering Joe Biden still as president of the United States now, and I don't think thought he'd be dealing with Xi Jinping still as president of China right now.
It was so fascinating. Mike Memoli, we're so glad to have you walking us through all of that. Appreciate it. Ahead of a big day tomorrow. Thank you. We'll see you again, I'm sure.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.